I very much want common sense immigration reform to pass.
If Congress focused on the areas of bipartisan agreement, we could craft an immigration bill that would sail through Congress. Yes, he should work with Congress. We should compromise.
So are you saying that there's no reason to have a border bill?
We don't need a border bill. We don't need a border bill. We don't need a border bill.
The only problem with exposing Ted Cruz juggling his political principles to match the will of Donald Trump is that no one is surprised by it. And now that congressional Republicans have proven that they work solely for Donald Trump, Senate Republicans like Lindsey Graham have no idea how to maneuver around his demands.
We tried to sit down in a bipartisan way. Senator Murphy, Sinema, Lankford, and others sat down to come up with a bipartisan proposal that I thought did a pretty good job in many ways. However, having said that, I didn't think it was enough. I was hoping to be able to build on what they did, but here's where we're at. The House declared it insufficient. The Republican...
Would the senator yield to a question?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Senator, I was just listening carefully to your speech, and you mentioned that you thought the bill that we had drafted and introduced yesterday was a good start, but not enough.
Yep.
I'm wondering if you would remind us how you voted yesterday on the motion to proceed to the bill that had the border package that we worked on together.
I'll be glad to. I voted no because I didn't see a process in place or willingness by my Democratic colleagues to allow me to express I think it could be better.
It's wild that former Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema, who began leaning more to the right, has to give Senator Graham a lesson in legislating, if that's what he wants to do. And once Graham was confronted with his decision to move the goalposts, he got a little sensitive about it and started to yell.
So now I can't even vote. We've closed out the border debate, and you may give me a few amendments on Ukraine about the border. That's not the way it works around here. So
to a question?
No. To my House colleagues, you can do better than this. Don't send us back H.R. 2. It's not going anywhere. You know, you couldn't get all Republicans for H.R. 2. We lost one Republican and no Democrat. So this idea we've done enough on the border is BS. I am not done. I'm not going to help Ukraine until we first do a better job helping ourselves.
How embarrassing is it to see an entire party, from governors to representatives and now senators, literally jump into action or inaction from week to week based on the desires of a former president that's so desperate for power that they can't decide whether their job is to do something or do nothing. The ever-clownish Ron Johnson is going with doing nothing. Or is it something?
Future.
But isn't it your responsibility and the members of Congress to do something about it?
Yes. No, it's actually the president's responsibility.